Hey, what up? My name is Sky, like the big blue sky, and today I'm gonna show you an automated cold email strategy that will make it rain on your calendar. Now, the main reason that this strategy is effective is because it's hyper relevant to a problem that I know my prospect is facing now. And so a lot of people, they have the ability to manually personalize and build cold emails like this, but where they get stuck is figuring out a process to automate and scale the entire thing. So what I'm gonna show you today is how to use AI and automation to run this type of play on autopilot. Now first, let's take a look at the cold email example. Okay, so here's the email. Jimmy, is this okay? Hey Jimmy, your last post about the challenges of startups and the opportunities to keep growing inspired our AI to do more research. Then, when it saw that you were hiring for an account executive and that you expect them to manage the end-to-end sales process for prospects, it told me to reach out. I bet in an ideal world, you wouldn't have them waste time and money on top of funnel activities. That way, they can stay focused on closing more deals. If that's the case, we might be able to help. Cool if I send you a breakdown of what I was thinking for company name. So, okay, let's start by taking a look at the subject line. What we've got here is essentially an open loop because the subject line is congruent with the call to action. So when we ask this question, it opens the loop and the loop won't be closed until the prospect reads the entire email. So we're essentially driving them to read all of our copy, which is going to obviously increase our chances of getting a reply. And the second piece is that we're personalizing based off of an active job posting that they have listed on their site. Next, we have the value prop. And this is interesting here because what I want you to notice is that this is a customer-centric value prop because we are not pitching our product or our service. What we're doing is we are essentially explaining the implications of the problem that we observed. The problem that we observed is that their account executives are managing an end-to-end sales process, which means they have to prospect to get new sales calls. And the implication is that their account executives are wasting time and money on top of funnel activities. So this is more persuasive than just pitching your product or service because this copy is one, gonna help the reader feel more understood, but then two, it's still gonna demonstrate our credibility because we understand the implications of the problem that our prospect is facing. Finally, we have a soft permission-based call to action that just encourages the reader to respond. So instead of just going straight for the meeting, we're saying, is it cool if I send you a breakdown of what I was thinking for your company? So it's a much more low barrier call to action and the prospect can then do their due diligence and research the plan or whatever it is that we sent over before agreeing to the next steps. Now let's take a look at the process for how we can automate and scale an email like this. And as a reminder, we are personalizing based off of two key data points. One is their last LinkedIn post, and then two are keywords from an active job posting that they have listed on their site. That's an indicator of a problem they're experiencing that we can solve with our service. From there, we are feeding that information into OpenAI to craft personalized lines for these emails for us, which means we need to process one, to scrape the last LinkedIn post from our prospects and put them into a table that we can use, and then two, to scrape the information from their last LinkedIn post and have it in the same table so that we can then feed all of that information into OpenAI across an entire list of prospects. Okay, so let's jump in. Now the main tool that we're gonna use to execute this process is a tool called Clay. And what you're looking at here is a Clay table. And so step one, you'll upload your list of prospects into a Clay table. And for this use case, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna feed the website URL into this action here, and we're gonna have it scrape all of the active job postings for the sales department of these companies. And so if you take a look in here, now we've got access to the URL for the job posting, the title, the salary, the location, the description, and a whole bunch of other information that's now accessible to us in this sheet. The problem is that it's not very organized for us to use for specific campaigns. So step two is we're gonna organize that information into different categories. And the way that I like to organize these is based on specific job functions. And so I wanna find job postings that are related to SDR job functions, so setting meetings, closing, and then management and operations. And so what that'll allow me to do is then feed the job postings for certain companies that fit these categories into different automated campaigns. So let's take a look at the results that we have here now. For each company, we've got all of their job postings categorized into their respective categories. Next, what I don't want to do is read through all the job postings to find different pieces that I can personalize to. Instead, I want to automate that process. And so what we're essentially going to do is we're going to have Clay look for all of these different keywords in all the different job postings and pull those out for me. Once that's complete, we'll go ahead and we'll enrich all of the contacts that we're going to prospect with all of their most recent LinkedIn posts. I like to do it only within the last 30 days. I don't want to personalize something that was written 2 years ago. I only want someone in this campaign if they posted something within the last 30 days. From there, I feed the keywords into certain prompts for OpenAI to write a personalized line about their LinkedIn post and about the job role that they're hiring for. So as an example here, your last post about architecting business growth inspired our AI to do more research. Then when it saw that you were hiring for an account executive and that you expect them to manage the full sales cycle and actively prospect new clients, it told me to reach out. And so of course, if these lines don't work for you, you can shorten them up or you can change the prompt. But essentially what we're able to do now is we have all of our prospects categorized into these different buckets, whether or not they posted on LinkedIn, whether or not they're hiring for certain job roles. And once you have everything built out here, you can continue to upload new prospects into these campaigns, essentially just push play, and the entire process is automated for you. Cool, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below. But otherwise, I wish you the best of luck and I will see you in the next video.